All right, if you're a founder or an operator, you've probably thought of brand as something that, lives over in the marketing department. It's just a task on a checklist. Well, today, we are going to completely flip that idea on its head. We're going to take your brand out of that little corner and put it right where it belongs, at the very heart of your business strategy.
So let's just start with a really important question I want you to think about. Is your brand an actual engine, actively pushing your business forward, making your decisions easier? Or does it feel more like this constant, draining task you're always trying to fix or refresh? Seriously, how you answer that changes everything.
Okay, so here's our game plan for getting your brand to really work for you. First, we'll bust some common and, frankly, expensive myths. Then, I'm going to give you a powerful new way to think about your brand. We'll walk through a step-by-step framework to build it, see what that actually looks like in the real world, and then we'll tie it all back to you and the choices you have to make every single day.
All right, first up, let's dismantle the single biggest misunderstanding there is about what a brand really is.
The source material we're digging into today just says it perfectly. We are not talking about the fun, shiny stuff here. The logos, the color palettes, the clever taglines. Now look, those things have their place for sure, but they are the result of your brand, not the brand itself. And getting that backwards is why so many businesses waste a ton of time and money on redesigns that don't actually fix the real underlying problem. So if it's not a logo, then what the heck is it? This brings us to the core idea of this whole explainer, a totally different way to think about and use your brand in your daily operations.
Now, here's the big idea, and I really think this is a game changer. I want you to think of your brand as your company's operating system. It's OS. It's the code that's always running in the background. It should be guiding every single decision your team makes. I mean everything, from who you hire to how you develop new products to the way you answer the phone. It is the ultimate filter for your entire business.
And this slide just lays out the difference so clearly. On the left, you've got the old way. Brand is a reactive marketing task. It's something you work on. But over on the right, the Brand OS model, that sees brand as a discipline management tool that works for you. It's what creates that consistency and coherence across your entire company.
So why is this shift so critical right now? Well, because a modern brand has to do three big jobs. It has to be that clear filter for your team, so they can make the right calls without having to ask you about every little thing. It has to build a rock-solid reputation, so your customers know exactly what they're getting. And this last one, this is huge. It has to be so clear that both people and AI algorithms, like Google Search or Maps, can instantly understand who you are and what you stand for.
Okay, so that covers the what and the why. Now let's get into the how. This isn't just some fuzzy theory. It's a real, actionable process. Let's dig into the framework for building your brand's OS. The whole process really boils down to three clear phases. First up is diagnosis. This is all about getting honest with yourself. It's taking a hard look in the mirror to figure out where you are right now before you can decide where you're going. Second is definition. This is where you make the tough choices about who you are, what you stand for, and who you're for. And finally, activation. This is where you bring it all to life, weaving it into everything your company actually does. And here's the thing you absolutely cannot forget. You can't skip steps. As the source material says, clarity depends on sequence. I know. It's so tempting for a busy owner to jump right to the fun part. The activation, the new website, the marketing campaigns. But the real, lasting strength of your brand comes from doing that hard, foundational work of diagnosis and definition first.
So let's talk about what you actually get from all that disciplined work. How does the strategy become something real, something tangible for your business?
See, finishing this process doesn't just give you a vague feeling. It equips you with a powerful strategic toolkit. You get a defensible 1 to 3 word brand idea that acts like your company's North Star. So for a local coffee shop, maybe that's your third place or morning ritual. From there, you get a clear promise, defined values, and a messaging framework so your whole team is literally on the same page. These are real, practical management tools.
So once you have that toolkit, you've got to use it everywhere. The source points to 4 key places to bring your brand to life. First, your products and services. If your coffee shop's idea is morning ritual, that coffee had better be amazing and fast every time. Second, your communications, your social media, your signs, all of it needs to echo that idea. Third, and this might be the most important one, is behavior. Your team's actions have to embody the brand. And fourth, your environment. The shop itself, physical or digital, has to feel right. When all 4 of those are in sync, your brand OS is up and running beautifully.
So let's tie all of this together. Building a great brand isn't some creative exercise you just hand off to somebody. It is an act of leadership. It takes focus, it takes courage, and it takes disciplined decision-making. This right here, this is the one thing I really want you to take away from all this. A strong brand is not an accident. It's not a lucky ad campaign. It is the direct result of disciplined choices, of having the courage to decide what your business is, and just as importantly, what it is not. And when you make those tough choices, this is your reward. These are the things you're aiming for. Your brand will have unmistakable clarity. It will be built with true strategic rigor. It'll show the courage to be really distinctive. And at its very core will be that fundamental willingness to choose, to stand for something real. And that leaves us with one final tough question for you to take back to your business today. I want you to look at everything you do, your products, your service, your marketing, and ask yourself this: is our brand truly built on disciplined choices that make us unique, or are we just running on generic thinking that helps us blend in? The answer to that question, well, that's your strategy.